Is the Axminster Craft AC240WL Woodturning lathe the best budget beginner mini lathe on the market? In my opinion, the answer to that would be yes. This lathe is very versatile and offers many desirable features, as well as Axminster's website featuring a rating of 4.9 star for this lathe. Now, this lathe features a 375 watt motor which has plenty of power for all your wood turning needs. Now, having the ability to alter speed is a must, especially if you want to turn bowls, chucks or faceplate work. Whilst variable speed is very desirable, it's a luxury and not one you'll find on many budget lathes. There are some exceptions however, but they greatly compromise on other aspects. This lathe features 5 speeds, ranging from 700 RPM at its lowest speed all the way up to 2800 RPM at its highest. This makes this lathe extremely useful in what it can do. The highest speed is great for burning lines into wood, applying wax or sanding. Now, some may find changing the speed a fiddly operation. However, after a couple of goes, this can be done in 2 minutes. I've not found changing speed on the lathe to be difficult. If anything, I'm glad I did not get variable speed, as it would have hindered hugely on build quality and lathe design, as well as the loss of a reputable name such as Axminster. To change the belt speed, you simply remove these 2 screw knobs, one behind the headstock, they're like this, the star knobs, and then one just below the motor. Then place these 2 cover plate sides. Now once you have the cover plates away, unscrew the bolt on the shaped handle, which is this, on the motor, lift the motor up to release the tension and adjust the belt to the required speed. So I will demonstrate this quickly. So Axminster give you the Allen keys you require for this lathe. So you simply start to unscrew this. Now I always do this up quite tight because this is what holds the motor in, so you want to make sure it's firmly in there. So just loosen it off enough that you can lift the motor up. So as you can see, the motor goes from there all the way up to there. So then what we need to do is we need to actually change the belt speed. So to do that, we'll simply move the belt. So I'm going to demonstrate that now. With the belt slackened, we can now move this to whatever spindle speed we need. So just make sure that handle's fully up to the top, and then you have the access to the bottom, so you can move this pulley. So we're going to just put this onto its highest speed. So to have it at its highest speed, we'll want the smallest gear at the top and the biggest one at the bottom, because that means for every 1 turn the motor does, this would do a lot more turns, which will produce a higher speed. Less torque, but higher speed. So once you've checked it's running smoothly, clamp it down. Make sure it's located in these little grooves. And then once you've clamped it down, tighten this back up. Now obviously you don't actually have to loosen it quite as much as I did at the start. Now the quicker you get at this, the easier it'll become. And to be honest, I don't find myself needing to change speed that much in a project. Always have to change it for applying wax and stuff, but not much else. Then we're going to fit the back plates back on. In the event of something going wrong with the lathe, these will stop the belt from pinging off and hitting you, or breaking a window for that matter. Then simply locate the star knob back in the hole and screw that in. Make sure it's fairly tight. Then we just simply do the same with the top one. Locate it, grab the star knob, and just screw this one in as well. Alright, so once you've done that, give the lathe a short burst of power, just to check it all runs smooth. Axminster have been around a long time and have a wealth of experience when it comes to a woodworking machine. This alone is a very reassuring reason to choose this lathe, as well as the 3-year guarantee it comes with. Moving back to the lathe, this lathe has a 440mm turning distance between the centres, which is plenty for all your standard wood turning projects, as well as smaller spindle turning. Moreover, this lathe features a 240mm diameter turning capacity, which allows you to turn decent sized bowls. I have posted a video of me making a bowl on my channel, so if you want to go and have a look at that, that will show you that this lathe really is very capable. The lathe, if bought from Axminster, also comes with a free 3-hour wood turning session. However, I never took part in this, as I ended up forgetting about it. In my part, a silly error. The lathe bed, tailstock and headstock are all made from cast iron, which is a huge benefit. Many cheap lathes around this price point feature extruded aluminium, which is susceptible to twisting and bending, which will skew all your measurements you try to take. The cast iron does add some weight to this lathe, with it coming in at 38 kilograms. This does offer a degree of portability with this lathe. It's not too heavy, so you can take it around places, take it to your friends' houses or trade shows, etc. Obviously not when there's a pandemic on though. The headstock spindle and tailstock barrel accept number 2 Morse taper fittings, and the tailstock also compromises a hollow barrel. So if I just show you this, as you can see, this has a hollow barrel. So if I was to put something through this, for example, if I put a pencil through it, it allows for long boring. So as you can see, it comes out the other end. So this allows you to use long boring bits, which means you can help yourself when you're making pens and other things on this lathe. The lathe as standard has the following accessories: a 4-prong drive centre, a 60-degree live centre, a knockout bar for removing the centres, 3 Allen keys to help you tune the lathe and unscrew the shaped handle. It also comes with a 75mm diameter faceplate, a 150mm tool rest. Now, in my opinion, this tool rest is pretty good, but I would recommend upgrading to a slightly larger one. I haven't yet, but I will be doing that in a very near future. I would also suggest you have a look at the bundle options that Axminster offer with this lathe, as you can save a great deal on a chuck or grinder when these offers are about. As I've just said, I'm probably going to get a 300mm tool rest because it really just will allow me to do longer spindle turning and make it much easier to do that. The lathe comes nearly assembled. All you actually have to do is fit the handle for the tailstock wheel, fit the centres and get turning. Now, if anything goes wrong with this lathe, rest assured Axminster can sort you out. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this lathe video, and I hope I've covered enough detail for you. If you do have any questions or just want to have a chat about this lathe, feel free to put them in the comment section below. Happy turning.